Do you want to be healthier, yet you just don't know what to do? All these shows telling you this and that, but nothing seems to work. Well, listen close. Golden State Media Concepts has got something great for you. The Health and Wellness Podcast dedicated to workout trends, healthy eating habits, diet, and everything about healthy living. Join us in our banters as we help you not just live life to the fullest, but live it to the healthiest.
Hey guys, and welcome to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Cynthia, and happy Monday, everyone. I hope you all are having a very strong start to your week, setting new intentions to hopefully fulfill by the end of the week. For some reason, a lot of people I've talked to this morning have told me they're going to be going to Tahoe during the week. I don't know why it's like so special to go during midweek. And I don't know why particularly this week, you feel me? Like August, 11th, 12th, 13th? Like, is there a holiday am I missing or something? I don't know. Kind of strange because this morning when I went to work, I talked to a few clients and all of them were like, oh, I'm not coming to class, because they usually see me 5 times a week. And they're like, oh, I'm not coming to class these days, or I'm not coming to class for the rest of the week. I'm going to Tahoe up tomorrow. And like 3 to 4 people told me that today. So I'm like, what's going on in Tahoe that I don't know about? Anyway, I'm not going to Tahoe. I would like to go, nice lake day. For those of you who don't know where Lake Tahoe is, it's right on the border on the California and Nevada border. And it is so beautiful. It's so beautiful anytime, any season that you go and visit. During the fall, gorgeous. During the winter, gorgeous because it snows. Spring, gorgeous. Summer, gorgeous. So it's definitely one of those places that you have to visit at least once, in your life because it's so fun. Everything's outdoors and very nature-like, right? So especially for, during this time where a lot of businesses are closed, things like going, outdoor trips, Tahoe, Yosemite, Big Bear, I think down in LA area. So definitely encourage you all to step outside and, safely enjoy the lake, socially distance, don't go in there and don't pull up in a party bus. And hopefully I have the chance to do that before summer ends, because the last time I went to Tahoe was in the winter time. I went in December, stayed in a cabin with my friends. It was so fun. Never done that before and definitely want to do it again if Miss Rona permits. Okay. But yeah. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Tahoe. If you guys tuned in to my episode, I think a couple weeks ago, it was an episode in which I was telling you guys that I was on the hunt, I was interested in trying cryotherapy, which is basically literally the literal translation of cryotherapy is cold therapy. All right. So if you haven't had a chance to tune into that episode, I do suggest go tune in because it is really informative and it's basically just this new hyper wellness treatment that's becoming really popular, not just popular for athletes. You don't need to be an athlete. Anybody can benefit from a cryotherapy session. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the cryotherapy either, but in that specific episode, I told you guys how I was on the hunt for a hyper wellness place that offers IV drip therapy. And I'm curious if any of you have ever tried IV drip therapy. Do you know about IV drip therapy? Have you ever heard of the term? Let me know, because I definitely would like to hear from you guys, since I'm a novice. I've never tried it, but I definitely want to do it. And I actually have a consultation with this place here that's local to me, and I'm going to be going in later this week to find out more information basically about IV drip therapy and how it can benefit me, and exactly which treatment is the best for me. So for those who don't know what I'm talking about, and you're left there right now with like a huge question mark on your face, IV drip therapy is basically, think of it like a nurse is injecting like a needle into your arm, and there's like a bag of fluids, and those bag of fluids are filled with all of these nutrients and vitamins and minerals that are so essential to your body, and micronutrients, most importantly, because many of us, especially Americans, we fall short in the micronutrient compartment, which are things like vitamins and minerals. Macronutrients are things, the typical things that we know and eat every single day, which are carbs, protein, and fat. But the micronutrient portion is something that a lot of us, including myself, I think fall short when it comes to our diet. And these micronutrients are just as important, if not even more important, than the macronutrient department. And so basically in this IV drip therapy, this bag of fluids is, going through this tube, and that tube is connected to a very tiny needle, and that very tiny needle is in your arm, and you're basically getting all of those vitamins and minerals and nutrients straight from the source into your bloodstream, which is supposed to be, all of these benefits that it's supposed to help with fatigue, headaches, weight gain, high blood pressure, but especially dehydration. That's the most important thing that IV drip therapy offers. So I'm going to kind of give you guys the science behind this treatment, because this is fairly new to the market, I'd say, to the wellness and health industries, and a lot of people are starting to find out about it. I found out about it through this fitness influencer that I follow, and it's funny because I follow a lot of influencers, but I try not to be heavily influenced by these influencers, which is kind of ironic because that's like their whole job, right? Their whole job is to influence their following. But anyway, this specific fitness influencer, I really listen to her, and I trust her judgment when it comes to new fitness and health trends and fads, just because of her credentials. She's gone to school for many years. She's been a trainer for many years, and just her educational background is really appealing. So I definitely trust her word when it comes to these types of things. And she would always post that she did IV drip therapy whenever she felt a little bit under the weather, when her energy levels were depleted, or especially after a night drinking. So there's actually a specific IV drip therapy that's dedicated to, I think it's called, I'll get into these different IV drip packs, because there's so many different kinds, and I didn't know this. I thought it was just one kind that was strictly just for, hydrating you, but there's so much more. Anyway, that's how I came across IV drip therapy, from this influencer that I follow. And from there, I started to do my own research, and like I said, I reached out to this place, this hyper wellness facility that's local to me here in the Sacramento area. And I am going to be having a consultation with them to further discuss my options. Is IV drip therapy the right direction for me to go? And so on. So a lot of exciting things that are going to come today. Like I said, in this episode, we're going to be discussing the science behind the treatment. We're also just going to be going through some FAQs, frequently asked questions regarding IV vitamin therapy. I know a lot of these questions I had when I was researching, I'm like, wait, so how does this happen? How does this work? Am I the right candidate for this specific treatment? So we're going to get into all of those frequently asked questions that I'm sure many of you are also wondering as well. So definitely stay tuned for the entire episode so you don't miss any of these questions and answers, of course. So we're going to cut into a very brief break right now. And when we come back, we're going to dive into the science behind IV drip therapy.
Are you looking to learn more about the latest trends from the fitness world? Are you confused by all of the different trends that are out there? The GSMC Fitness Podcast is the place for you. The GSMC Fitness Podcast is the place to come for people of all skill and interest levels. Join us as we explore the latest trends in the fitness world. Does that new exercise really work? Should I try yoga? Whatever your question, chances are good you'll find an answer on the GSMC Fitness Podcast.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So like I said in the previous segment, we're going to get more in detail about IV drip therapy and how it has become widely popular among the health and wellness fanatics, and a little bit behind the science of how this treatment even came about. So as I mentioned, in these latest years, IV vitamin treatments have soared in popularity, and I think it's mainly due to celebrities and social media influencers that claim saying the treatments are the latest wellness must-have. I mean, I fell into it, right? I even said that I was following this I'm following this influencer, and she does these treatments all the time, and I got caught up in it. So is it bad? I don't know. We'll see. It sounds simple enough. A lot of them say it's just about 45 minutes to get an IV treatment packed with vitamins and minerals. And the infusions can be done in the comfort of your own home, in a clinic setting, or you guys, even at music festivals. That's kind of hilarious, but it's actually really smart to have these IV drip treatments in music festivals. In these settings, we all know, well, I don't know about all, because I don't know if all of you have been to a music festival, but music festivals, there's a lot of drinking, there's a lot of other substances going on, right? Not everyone's doing it, but a big portion are. And many of these individuals are very dehydrated, especially if you go to Coachella. I mean, you are literally in the desert under the sun all day for 3 to 4 days, and you're eating, like crap. You're eating like a slice of pizza for 24 hours. Your water intake is basically non-existent. All you have in your stomach is like shots of tequila. So it's actually pretty ideal and genius that these IV drip treatments are available at music festivals. In these settings as well, many people are very dehydrated, and that's how they end up vomiting or passing out or even seizures. I actually went to Coachella in 2017. That was my first and last music festival I have attended. Not sure if I'll go to anymore because it's pretty intense, at least for me. You're like basically partying 3 to 4 days. It takes another 3 to 4 days to recover. I remember I got so sick after that trip just because I was treating my body so poorly. Probably in that time, an IV drip therapy would have been ideal for me. But anyway, these are perfect locations, perfect scenarios for IV drip therapies and vitamin therapies. So as far as the science behind how the treatment even came about, as part of this experience, many of these clinics, they want to educate the public about hydration. And I mean, we all know, right? Like everyone tells us we need to drink this amount of water. We need this many cups. You need to drink a gallon a day. I'm actually working with a nutritionist right now for my diet, and she's pushing me to drink a gallon a day. And I'm not going to lie, you guys, I don't hit that goal every single day. It's pretty challenging to drink that much water in a day. And don't even get me started when it comes to going to the bathroom, because, girl, I have a bladder of like a 6-year-old little boy who can't hold his pee. Seriously. The second I drink water, it just like floods through my system, and like I need to go to the restroom right away. I mean, I think that's a pretty good thing, right? Since, I don't know, at least I think it's a good thing, because that means it's just going through me. And, you know, anyway, we're not going to talk about me going to the bathroom. Like I said, the goal of many of these IV drip specialists is to educate people on proper hydration, and that you don't necessarily need to hydrate through a water bottle. It's an estimated 75% of Americans are in a state of chronic dehydration. You know, many people drink far less water than their body needs. Many people prefer sugary drinks or coffee, soda, other beverages, which can all contribute to dehydration. And I'm there, you know, I don't drink soda, but, you know, sometimes I am in the mood for like something sweet, and I want like juice or like a flavored iced tea, which I know my body would prefer water, but I go for these, you know, these other beverages just because I'm trying to fulfill my short-term gratification of a sugary sweet tooth. So I've been trying to, whenever I have that sugary sweet tooth kick in, to switch it out for a protein shake. And it has helped actually in many cases to tone down that sweet tooth craving. But a lot of times when I'm like out and about, you know, I'm doing errands. I can't really be out and about because it's COVID, you feel me? But I mean, like, out and about running errands, I'll, you know, slow down, buy Jamba Juice. I'm like, I'm craving like something sugary. So IV drip therapy could help. Proper hydration is essential for digestion, detoxification of the liver and kidneys, and waste removal. And without it, people face a lot of complications, medical complications, such as, you know, feeling fatigue, constant headaches, joint pain, ulcers, weight gain, high blood pressure, and kidney issues. And literally the list goes on and on and on. Literally, you guys, hydration is everything. Hydration is key, and it can solve many of or I can assist, right? It can assist in solving many of our complications, health complications that we have. Not saying that hydration is like the magic potion for everything. It's not going to cure every single little thing that's bothering you, but it can absolutely help and benefit. And many of these clinics that offer IV drip therapy offer a comprehensive micronutrient test that gives them insight into what your body is deficient in. And this is one of the things I'm so excited to do in my consultation. I think it's this Thursday or Friday. I don't know. I need to check my planner. But I'm really excited to do this because I honestly don't know what I'm deficient in. But I'm positive I'm deficient in some category within the micronutrient umbrella. Like, I know I don't get all of my micronutrients through my foods and liquids. Like, I just know that, especially when I have a jam-packed day like I do today, where, you know, my day starts at 4 a.m. and it doesn't end till like 5:36. I know that my eating habits are trash. Like, I'm sure you guys have all been there where you have an extremely busy day, back to back, you know, gotta be here, gotta go there, gotta do this. And you literally forget about eating and drinking water. And like I said, that's just what I'm really excited about, because I want to visually see and understand where I'm lacking in the micronutrient department. So after the clinicians gather these test results, the medical team formulates custom drips based upon your deficiencies, leading to a healthier and more hydrated you. So again, I'm so juiced. I'm literally, it's so fun. Juice drip. Haha. Anyway, I'm really excited though for this consultation, because I want to learn more. I want to see what are my deficiencies and what can I do. Maybe hopefully they can tell me also what foods I need to eat more of. Like, yeah, I definitely am going to try this IV drip therapy very soon, but I also want to learn, like, what can I do outside of coming into the clinic setting to boost my micronutrient profile? Like, what foods should I eat more of, etc. So basically, the IV drip therapy is a really great way to ensure that your body is given the essential nutrients that it needs. And some of the other benefits of IV drip therapy include that it's 100% bioavailable directly into your bloodstream, compared to the 15 to 20% bioavailability of oral administration. So that's one of the biggest talking points I know for many of these clinics, is that you can essentially take like a vitamin D, supplement, but apparently your body only absorbs 15 to 20% of that oral administration, as opposed to an IV drip therapy where it's going directly into your bloodstream. It doesn't go through your stomach lining where, it breaks down and loses bioavailability. So 15 to 20% versus 100%, I definitely want to see what the 100% feels like and what it can do for my body. So you guys, we're going to cut into a very brief break right now. And when we come back, we're going to discuss more benefits about IV drip therapy and some of the other wellness drips that these clinics offer.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So let's get into some of the benefits of doing an IV drip session therapy. Like I mentioned in the previous segment before we went to break, it is 100% bioavailable directly into your bloodstream, compared to, taking a supplement. You only gain 15 to 20% of the bioavailability, which is a huge gap. Like 100% compared to 15 to 20%, huge gap, okay? Another really appealing thing about IV drip therapy is that many of the clients claim that they gain nearly immediate results, saying that they immediately, like as they're going through their session, feel energized and some people have said they feel like supple, like their skin feels supple. I don't know. Is that true? This is just anecdotal evidence, right? This is just what people have claimed, and believed to have happened right then and there. Also, it is effective hydration and custom cocktails and vitamins and minerals. So we're going to go at it at some of these benefits of IV therapy. And one of the main benefits of the IV treatment is that nutrients are infused directly into the bloodstream, as I mentioned, and that are because they are infused directly into the bloodstream and not passing through, our stomach lining or anything like that. It is an exceptionally powerful because they don't pass through oral administration and, break down this bioavailability, including, stomach upset, absorption issues, and loss of potency. So that's my biggest concern. I feel like when it comes to supplements in general, sometimes I feel like, how does this really benefit my body as opposed to like eating these nutrients, like eating it in whole raw form through food? Like how much of those nutrients are actually getting passed through my body and my body actually absorbing the potency of these vitamins and minerals. In addition, since the nutrients are infused directly into the bloodstream and avoid the gastrointestinal system, very large doses can be administered without, GI side effects, which can limit dosing. A perfect example of this is vitamin C, which can only be taken in fairly small amounts orally because causing, stomach upset. In contrast, though, very large doses of vitamin C, which can be very beneficial for the immune system, can be administered safely and without stomach side effects with an IV delivery route. So, IV therapies have been known to be beneficial for the following conditions. First one being autoimmune conditions, neurological conditions, memory enhancement, depression, any type of, infections, dementia, Lyme disease, migraines, fibromyalgia, again to detox, Parkinson's disease, chronic fatigue, anxiety, and the most appealing one for me, which is to boost your immunity, your immune system. And I think that's another thing I hope to find out from my consultation later this week. If, through my deficiencies or whatever department I'm deficient in, how that will change my immunity, how it will boost it. As we know, during this pandemic we've all been in for the last few months, your immunity is everything. Boosting your immunity is so essential, so important. Again, I've already dedicated an entire episode to immunity and boosting your immune system, so I won't get into great detail of that today. But immunity is really the biggest reason as to why I even started researching about IV drip therapy. I don't know if I have a weak immune system. I don't think I do, but I feel like it wouldn't really hurt for me to boost it even more, right? Because I do not want to get sick. I definitely don't want to catch the Rona, okay? No one wants to catch it, right? But I hate being sick, even if it's like a mild cold. I don't even like getting cramps when it's that time of the month. I'm a whole different person. I don't like how I am. I am such a big baby, and I feel sorry for everyone who's around me during those times because I literally am the biggest baby, and I want to be catered to every minute of the day. Like, if you could carry me to my bed and to my car, like, I would ask someone to do that. But I know that's just me being extremely extra. But anyway, for anyone suffering from immune disorders or anyone just needing an immune boost, such as myself, I want an immune boost. There are specific bags that are like immune IV. And this IV consists of buffered vitamin C in very high doses. And high dose IV vitamin C is no longer antioxidant, but in fact turns into a pro-oxidant against viruses, bacteria, and other pathogens. So, hello, especially during this time with Miss Coronavirus hanging around. I need that. I need all of that. And a high dose vitamin C and multivitamin mineral combination that is great for those who are worn down by stress or illness, or those just seeking to stay healthy and energized. Again, that's me, the boost. I need the boost. And it's great also for cold and flu season. So overall, you guys, very, very appealing to me. I don't know about you guys, but this is definitely something I see myself doing maybe like once a month, just like as a little pick me up, you know. I don't know if I'll even be able, I don't know how much this thing costs, okay? But just from the research and just even the way the website is built, you know, they don't even have their prices listed on there. I feel like anything that doesn't have their prices listed on their website and they like want you to email them or call them or set up a consultation, that's kind of like a flag to me, like, girl, you are about to pay some big bucks for this treatment. Because, I don't know, do you guys feel that way? Like, I definitely pick up on that when these companies and brands, like, aren't, not that they're not transparent, but they're not transparent in their pricing, right? It's not like they're trying to hide you, but I know they definitely are trying to provide you with the value first. They're going to, you know, give you all the cream and sugar as to why this is the best thing that you need to be doing right now and why you need it right now in your life. And then at the very end, you know, as you're like, oh, I like this. Yeah, I want to do it. They're going to be like, bam. So you got to give me all this money in order to get all of these benefits. It's kind of funny. And you know how I know this process, you guys? Because I, for one, had to do this to these poor clients when I used to work at this expensive, pricey strength training facility in the Bay Area. Literally, you guys, it was so expensive to train with us. And I'm not kidding you. The cheapest package that we had at our facility that I used to work at in the Bay Area, cheapest, you guys, was like $250 a month to come work out with us twice a week only. No more, twice a week, $250. Most expensive, I think, was like in the high 500s, almost 600s. And our prices weren't listed on the website. Why? Because the companies don't want that to deter, you know, potential clients away. They want people to first listen and see the value in the product and then hit them with the big fat whammy, the big fat check. Anyway, we're going to come to a very brief break right now. And when we come back, we're going to discuss some of the different types of wellness strips. And then we'll finally get into some of the frequently asked questions regarding IV drip therapy.
The GSMC Life and Happiness Podcast takes you on a journey of exploration. We'll discuss tried and true methods alongside the latest trends of how to best live your life to its fullest and happiest. From psychology to meditation, science to self-help books, the GSMC Life and Happiness Podcast will help you to discover what makes you happy and how you can live life being the best you possible. Download the GSMC Life and Happiness Podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
Hey guys, and welcome to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So, like I mentioned in the previous segment, we're now going to be discussing the different types of wellness strips that many of these hyper wellness clinics offer to their clients. And they're actually really cool. Like I said, probably the most popular ones are the ones to energize and refuel, especially after like a night out. As we know, drinking dehydrates you and you wake up the next morning feeling all groggy and with a headache and not 100% there. So this is perfect to do an IV drip, again, to replenish your body, your mind, body, and soul. So this first category, these 4 wellness strips that I'll be mentioning right now, they're under the post-party umbrella. So these 4 different wellness strips are going to be great for those individuals who just came back from vacation and feel their energy levels depleted, or like I just said, a night out drinking, a night out in Vegas, a weekend out in Vegas, whatever it is, these wellness strips got you. So the first one is a recover and revitalize wellness drip. And this specific drip provides energy and supports liver function by eliminating toxic waste to keep you going long after the party's over. Definitely going to need that next time I hit up a club, okay? Which, again, don't know when that's going to be because who knows how long we're going to be in this pandemic, right? Next wellness strip here we got is Energize. And it's in the name of the wellness strip, right? Energize, invigorate, refresh. And this is the Energize cocktail, which can help add that pep in your step by supporting energy metabolism. So again, if you just need a quick pick-me-up, this is the one for you. Then the next one is the Metabolize, which is Energize and Weight Management. And this specific wellness drip is said to supposedly help boost fat burn and sustain energy to complement all your hard work in the gym and kitchen. Now, I'm going to be truthful with y'all right now. I think this is a one I would stay away from. Me personally, you know, as a trainer, certified trainer, been doing the thing for a minute now. I am always so skeptical when I read about new health and wellness products that are said like, oh, this is going to help fat burn and it's going to help, you know, like do all these things and help you burn and lose weight and all this other stuff. And like, to me, the real way to like boost fat burn and sustain energy and to complement all your hard work that you've been doing in the gym and kitchen is right there, is to go hard on your workouts, right? Specifically strength training. Strength training is what provides you that 36-hour fat burning after your workout. So although in cardio, you may lose or you may burn more calories in that immediate session compared to a strength training workout, the strength training is what's really going to help with that fat burning after the workout, okay? You're burning fat, building muscle, and the more muscle you build, the more weight, the more fat you burn. Literally, that's the cycle. So, I don't know. That one, I could steer away from. That one, I wouldn't really ever do. And then the final one we have for the post-party section is the Detox and Antioxidant Wellness Strip. And this strip promotes collagen production, reduces inflammation, and protects the cells from damage to help you stay mobile. So all of these things, that post-party umbrella, all really appealing to me, except for the Metabolize one, the one about boosting fat and all of that. I can do without. But the Recover and Revitalize, Energize, and the Detox Antioxidant one, perfect for me. I would want all of those, okay? So now moving on to the higher end drips. So these are drips that are going to cost a little more, okay? It's going to hurt your pockets a little more, but you're getting more bang for your buck. The first And this is under the gold drips umbrella here that we're going to be discussing. So the first one is immune function. And this is to promote general wellness and better equip your immune defenses. So if you are someone who gets sick often, this immune function one will be perfect for you. Next, we have the post-competition, which is called the Restore, Repair, and Energize. And this specific wellness drip is said to restore energy, promote collagen production, help with muscle and tissue repair, and excretion of metabolic waste. Love all of that for me. Need all of that from me. And then the next one we have is pre-competition. So the one I just mentioned is post. This next one I'm about to get into is pre-competition. And this is for strength, endurance, and stamina. So this specific drip is loaded with the energy boosting nutrients, and this cocktail gives you the edge you need to perform your best. So for all of my competitive bikini competitors out there, this is going to be one that fits your needs. Again, strength, endurance, stamina, everything you need to perform your best. And then this last one may be my favorite. This last one is going to be my favorite even before the wellness drips. And this is called Timeless Beauty. Yes, need that. This is to rejuvenate and it's cell turnover. So this specific wellness drip is designed to slow the aging process and aims to increase cell turnover, boost skin, hair, nails, and reduce inflammation. And while all of that sounds really appealing about, slowing down the aging process, really what gets me is the reduced inflammation. I've mentioned this several times throughout GSMC Health and Wellness, but many of our issues, many of our body aches and pains and headaches and everything, 90% of the time, you guys, it's an inflammation issue. So I'm all about doing anything I can to prevent any type of inflammation issue to form in my body. So if the Timeless Beauty Wellness Drip is going to get me there, then I'm going to do it. And then the top tier drips we have are the platinum drips. So that was second tier that we just went through. These next four that we're going to get into are top tier platinum drips. This one is going to hurt your pockets. The first one is called the Superman, Energize, Preventative, and Prepare. So this one is basically in the name. It's supposedly supposed to get you a step closer to feeling like Superman, Superwoman with like the ultimate energy booster. It's supposed to prepare your muscles for like an all-out adventure. So if you want to like feel like the man or the woman, Superman is going to be the one for you. This next one, I need this one terribly as well. And I'm sure many of my people out there who suffer from allergies, this is going to sound appealing to you. And this is literally called the allergy drip for allergy relief. And this cocktail is designed for the allergy sufferer. Okay. Raise your hand if you are the allergy sufferer. I'm raising my hand, so I'm sure many of you are as well. And this specific drip is a powerhouse of antioxidants, histamine blockers, and essential nutrients. Definitely one I would love to try. And then the next platinum drip we have is the immunity booster, which is great for immune function and preventative care. So if you are on the verge of illness, you're starting to feel icky and ucky and gooey and gross, then this cocktail is going to help you fight and stay on your feet by enhancing your immune system function. And then lastly, we have the Amplified Beauty and Anti-Aging Drip. And this is like considered the ultimate beauty drip. Like it's supposed to make your skin glow and like just everything shine more beautifully, okay? And they claim that this one most women love. They won't regret, nourishing your body from the inside out. So I believe that the 3 different tiers here that we just went through, we had the first tier of the post-party drips, then we got the gold drips, and then we got the platinum drips. So I think every tier, the bioavailability is higher in each one. So the platinum drips are going to have the most bioavailability, and then the gold drips, and then so on. So out of all of those that I mentioned, I want to know which one sounds the most appealing to you guys. Which one would you be down to try? And which one are you kind of like, I could like do without? Or if you have done one of these, I want to know, I want to hear from you. What were your thoughts? Did you like the treatment? Did you not? Would you recommend it? Leave all your comments, guys. So we're going to get into another very quick break right now. And when we come back, we're finally going to get into some of the frequently asked questions regarding IV vitamin therapy. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of the same old news? Are you sick of the seemingly endless political spin and negativity? The GSMC America Still Beautiful podcast is a weekly news podcast covering all the top positive and uplifting news stories. We cover stories that will inspire, uplift, and remind you of the good in the world. Tune into the Golden State Media Concepts America Still Beautiful podcast to get all the great and positive news stories of today. Download the GSMC America Still Beautiful podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So everything has been all good and gravy up to this point, right? We've gone through all of these benefits, these acclaimed benefits of, that your skin's going to be healthier, your hair's going to be healthier, you're going to glow, your immunity's going to be through the roof. I mean, check. No hangover, check. We all want that, right? However, with all of that being said, these are but a few of the health issues that IV vitamin therapy promises to solve or improve through an infusion of various vitamins and minerals. And the treatment, which has gained popularity over the past few years, has taken the once cringeworthy experience of being stuck with a needle and turned it into a wellness, like must have, and you must do it. So with these frequently asked questions, hopefully it begs the question of legitimacy. Like, does this treatment actually work? Is this, all foo-foo? Foo-foo, that's what my mom says. Is this really legit? So we're going to get into that right now. So all of these questions that I have gathered here, they're based on reports from medical experts that weigh in and chime in about this new wellness trend. So we have Dr. Dina Westphalen, who is a clinical pharmacist. We have Dr. Lindsay Slowazek. She is a drug information pharmacist. And then finally, we have Dr. Deborah Sullivan, who is a nurse educator who specializes in complementary and alternative medicine, pediatrics, dermatology, and cardiology. So she basically hits like all the major points, right? And I love that she's into alternative medicine. You guys know it's a personal choice. I prefer alternative, more natural medicine over the typical big pharmaceutical way, westernized way. Again, not like saying one is better than the other. They both have their pros and cons, but that's just a personal preference. And the IV vitamin therapy falls into the alternative medicine category. So the first major question in regards to this treatment is what exactly is happening to your body when you get an IV drip of vitamins. And Dr. Dina Westphalen says that the first IV vitamin drip was developed and administered by Dr. John Myers in the 1970s. And his research led to the popular Myers cocktail. And these types of infusions generally take anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour and take place within a medical office, or now they're going to your house due to COVID. And the therapy is administered with a licensed medical professional observing the infusion the entire time. So they don't just like leave you in the room and you're like sitting there. And while you're undergoing an IV vitamin drip, your body is receiving a higher concentration of the vitamins themselves. And a vitamin that's taken by mouth gets broken down in the stomach and GI tract and is limited on how much can be absorbed. We already mentioned that the bioavailability of ingesting these vitamins and minerals orally go down tremendously, like 15 to 20%, which is hardly anything. And if, however, the vitamin is given through an IV, it's absorbed at a much higher percentage, anywhere from 90 to 100%. So like I mentioned in the previous episode, or not previous episode, but previous segment, it's a huge gap, huge difference between ingesting these minerals orally and, getting them infused directly into your bloodstream. So that is the first question answered. You can expect for the IV drip treatment to take anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour. It is administered through a licensed medical professional who is there observing the infusion the entire time. So you're not going to be left alone. They're going to be there the entire time to answer your questions and just to, make sure that everything's running smoothly. There's no leak in the bag or anything like that. So next important question is, what kind of person or type of health concerns would benefit the most from this practice and why? And this is what Dr. Lindsay Slowacek had to say regarding this frequently asked question. And her answer is, traditionally, people who aren't able to eat enough food or who have some type of illness that interferes with nutrient absorption would be good candidates for IV therapy, IV drip therapy. And other uses for IV vitamin drips include, correcting dehydration. That's a major one. After extreme exercise or alcohol intake. It's also great for boosting the immune system and increasing energy levels. And she does mention, Dr. Lindsay Slowacek does mention that it's important to note that most healthy people are able to get enough of these nutrients from an appropriate balanced diet, and the short-term benefits of IV vitamin drips are still questionable. I mean, this is still a new thing going on, right? So it's more studies need to be conducted to really solidify what exactly is, the cause and effect of these IV drip therapies. Like right now, these clinicians and doctors can't say, if you get this specific wellness drip, this is exactly what's going to happen to you. These are all just claims. This is all, it's still relatively new. And that's what Dr. Lindsay Slowacek had to say. And I want to get into Dr. Dina Westphalen's answer to this question. Same question. She has a slightly different take on the type of person or the type of health concerns who would benefit the most from this practice. And Dr. Dina says that vitamin infusions are being used, for a wide variety of health concerns. And we already covered a huge amount of them. And she states that Individuals who respond positively to the IV drips include people with asthma, people who suffer from migraines, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, muscle spasms, allergies, and like any type of sinus and respiratory tract infections. And I love that she mentioned fibromyalgia. For all of my new listeners out there, I have mentioned many times that my mom suffers from severe fibromyalgia. So it's under the umbrella of arthritis. So a lot of tender joints and pains, and it's really random. You know, she can't really stand and do dishes for that long. Like after 5 minutes, her feet and like wrists are killing her. So this is another reason why I wanted to do a little bit more research about IV drip therapy. And that was a big, winning point for me, was that people with fibromyalgia respond really well to the treatment and respond really quickly to the treatment, like immediately. So hopefully, in the future I can get my mom to do this. My mom is definitely a little bit more skeptical when it comes to, trying new health and wellness treatments. And I understand. I mean, she has chronic conditions that she needs to be a little more vigilant about and do a little bit more research. Compared to me, I'm a healthy 25-year-old with no major aches or pains besides the occasional DOM soreness that I get from exercise, but nothing chronic. So I understand her skepticism. I'm like very open to trying like new and different things as long as it like makes sense for me and what I'm trying to do and what I'm deficient in terms of like my diet and my micronutrient profile. Next question, frequently asked question, is what kinds of vitamins or minerals would this method work best for? And Dr. Deborah Sullivan says that vitamins are infused at IV drip vitamin clinics and usually contain either a single vitamin, such as vitamin C, or what they call it, a cocktail of vitamins and minerals. So with that being said, she recommends for IV vitamin therapy unless there's a medically diagnosed reason for the infusion and it was prescribed by a physician based on the patient's diagnosis and body composition. So again, that's why I'm getting this consultation later this week, because I don't know if this is going to be the best option for me. Thankfully, I like to think I'm a very healthy person. I'm not diagnosed with any chronic health conditions, and I want to make sure that I'm not just wasting money and doing this treatment that's really not boosting me or benefiting me in any major way. Like if I don't truly need it, I'm not going to do it. But still, I'm curious. I want to see what the process is like. I want to see if I am deficient in the micronutrient profile. But I'm being truthful. I feel like I am, because my diet has not been the best the last few weeks. I have been falling off my game a little bit. That quarantine 15, I feel like, is slowly sneaking up on me again, especially my weekends. I don't know why. I lose it. During the week, I'm so good. And then like Friday night hits and I'm like, let me just throw all of my hard work out the window. So I can totally understand Dr. Deborah Sullivan's answer to, her saying that yes, the single vitamin C is highly beneficial, but if you are not medically diagnosed or prescribed by a physician to do this treatment, then don't do it. And then the very last frequently asked question that I think is one of the most important to consider in any type of treatment that you do is, what are the risks? Okay. What are the possible side effects? And There's a risk of infection, according to Dr. Dina Westphalen. There's a risk of infection with IV vitamin therapy. Anytime you have an IV inserted, it creates a direct path into your bloodstream and bypasses your body's first defense mechanism against bacteria, which is your skin. Your skin is literally a shield, you guys, to all of the terrible environmental factors out there. And although the risk of infection is unlikely, it's still important to consult with a licensed medical professional who will perform the therapy to manage this risk and to ensure you have, a healthy and safe vitamin infusion. So, making sure they thoroughly clean the area in which they're about to insert the IV and all of those things. So just take the necessary precautions, you guys, when it comes to these type of treatments. And that's going to wrap up today's episode here at the GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode regarding, IV drip therapy. I definitely will keep you guys updated and give you an update, from my consultation that's going to happen on Thursday. So I'm really excited, but we'll see. I might not even be, an eligible candidate for this treatment. I may be too healthy for it. So if you like today's episode, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff, because that tremendously helps the show. And I'll catch you guys here for the next one.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Health and Wellness Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.